Hello again, Pastor Michael Jarbo here. Welcome to another edition of Soul Care, conversations to help renew the spirit. I'm glad you're here. Check out today's episode. Okay, here we go. Welcome to another edition of Soul Care. And let me tell you, I am really excited about this one. I am with a friend and my SoulCycle instructor, Pinij. Pinij, how are you today, brother?
Doing good, Michael. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very good.
Weekend.
Say that one more time. What'd you say, Pinij?
I can't wait for the weekend. I'm excited.
I know the weekend is so close. And this weather. Tell me about the weather, man.
It's so nice. I think I've been laying out for the past 2 weeks. I'm actually kind of burnt as you know, as burnt as I can get.
As burnt as I can get. Awesome. Yeah, Pinij, so just a little bit about, if you don't know, I love SoulCycle. I try to go so much as a spin class. They offer in Memorial, they offer in the River Oaks area and all around the United States and beyond. And you get to sign up for different instructors. You never know until you go to your first instructor. And I remember going to my first Pinij class, and he just, first off, rocked me with sweat and workout, but he was so caring. You were so, I'm talking about you in the third person, but you're right here.
I don't know. That's right.
You were so caring of the whole class, and you pushed us in such a way that it was like therapeutic, but also a heavy workout, and it just encouraged us to work even more. And you just talked about this is what you're not just doing it for right now, you're doing it for a better you and a better self. And just there were so many components to it that just moved me, that I was like, I got to get to know this guy, Pinij. And we've had conversations pre and post class, and it's just been awesome. And I thought I would love to hear your perspective on taking care of the soul for people in this quarantine time that's so difficult. So I want to ask you first, how did you get connected to SoulCycle and even spin instructing and just the fitness world that you are deeply connected with?
Totally. Michael, growing up, I never ever considered myself sporty or athletic at all. Years ago, after college, I studied abroad for 2 years. When I went back to the States, I was trying to find my niche and find a job and what I'd be good at. And I dabbled in a bunch of things. And my boyfriend at the time recommended that I try Lululemon because he said he heard it was a great company. So I went and applied and I got hired. And of course, we all know Lululemon is an athletic apparel brand. One of the perks of Lululemon is that one of the benefits is that they pay for you to work out anywhere you'd like. So through Lululemon, I kind of started experimenting. I started yoga and I started spinning and CrossFit. And before Lululemon, I had never done any of these things in my life, never. So I started spinning and I started going and doing spinning a lot more and more and more. And finally, I was like, I think I can teach this. So the spin studio in Atlanta that I was going to often, I auditioned and I got hired. And so I started spinning through that studio. And then SoulCycle came to Atlanta and found me and moved me up to New York and offered me a spot in the training program. And then I'm here in Houston with SoulCycle. And then that's it. The rest is history.
Wow. And how long have you been in Houston, Pinij?
I'm coming on 4 years. September 1st is my Houston anniversary.
Wow.
My Houstonversary.
Houstonversary. I love it. Yes. And you go back and forth between River Oaks and Memorial locations of SoulCycle.
Mm-hmm. For a while, they moved me here to open the Memorial studio. And for a while, I was going to both every day. But now, granted, when we come back from quarantine, I think my schedule's gonna be a lot different. But I go to Memorial. Before quarantine, I was at Memorial twice a week. And now I was at River Oaks 5 times a week. So yeah, back and forth.
And what do you think with your spin and your fitness background, probably getting to try a lot of classes when you were with Lululemon, what's different about SoulCycle to you than maybe other athletic opportunities or sports engagements?
SoulCycle definitely integrates a big sense of like mind, soul, body connection. It's basically like, it's like yoga basically, but on a spin bike, you know, like it's, there's some instructors that are so soulful. Like that's like the soulfulness comes first before the actual like physicality of like the workout. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, yeah. I mean, like for example, like I love like CrossFit, right? CrossFit's great, but you don't really go to CrossFit to like touch into like your inner
Right.
your inner like mother or woman or father, or your inner something, or you know, you go to CrossFit to like, it's like a hardcore intense workout, and
Yeah.
then you soul, there's something more of a soul. There's definitely that like that Zen connection, that like soulful connection, that like mind connection, that connection to energy that you get. Like we even like in every studio around the world, there's, if you look behind the instructor bike, there's a purple crystal. I mean, like it's just from like, it's just what the founders believed in when they created SoulCycle. They believed in energy and all of this like mindfulness.
Oh.
You probably wouldn't get, you know. I mean, you get it at yoga. 100% you get it at yoga. But like, right, yoga aside, yeah, you probably, I don't know, you probably won't find it anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah. It's integrating the soul with the physicality of the workout.
Yeah.
I think it levels the playing field, and I think it feels safe to people to come in and know they're getting both a physical workout but a soul workout too, right?
Totally. I mean, anyone, you can go anywhere for a workout, but there's something. I mean, like Michael, I can't tell you how many times I've cried in that room before. So like, you know what I mean? And it's because like it's through a mixture of the workout, the camaraderie, the energy, through what the instructor's saying, and like um like very finely tuned and curated music. It kind of all comes together and it brings out something in you that you had no idea was there. No idea was there. Like I know people that have like left that room crying. They were like, I had no idea I had that inside me.
Dude,
it's next level. It's pretty crazy shit.
It's I mean, there's some church that happens there. I'm telling you, and you don't have to be praying. It doesn't have to be a worship music. I mean, you really do experience a moving moment, and I love that I'm not typically a front row person, okay, but people listening are probably like, we saw that coming. But like, I like how you connect so well with front and second row folks. And like, you're like, Lindsay, are you going off to college here next week? Oh man, I'm going to miss you. And like, the stories of the people in your class, like, and you highlight them on their birthdays, and not you, it's the mantra of SoulCycle is to acknowledge the whole person, not just their physical attributes and abilities.
Well, totally. And also another good thing that SoulCycle does really well, they do community, like plain and simple. We do community exceptionally well, because it's not just like an instructor and a client and a workout. It's more like we invest our lives and our times with our riders, and they invest their lives with us, you know, like I legit care about like Lindsay and what she's doing on her spring break. And I legit care about like Pam and like her like sick kid at home with the flu. And I legit care about Dan, and he's up for a promotion next week. Like, did he get that promotion? You know what I mean? Like, these are things that like, that I legit want to know.
When you open up someone's soul like that, even as they're leaving, they're like, I've been, they run into you and you're like, how are you? And it's like, blah, it's like, here's my life. Put it in your hands. So you really do, in a way, you carry so much weight of people going on and their lives, and they, that doesn't happen through just a 5K run.
No,
that happened?
like a soul cycle training is it's intense. It's like 10 to 12 weeks in New York, and we've got workshops for everything. And we have a whole day workshop devoted to energy and connection. And it's what you just said. Like, we take on a lot of people's energy, pre-class, post. I have heard things right before class. I had writers come up to me right before class starts, and they told me that like someone died, or they got divorced, or they broke up, or they got in a car accident, or they lost a job. We take on a lot of energy. Or even after class, writers want to take us out to coffee to chat about their lives, and we what we learn is that take their energy, help them out, but we have to learn to, like, at the end of the day, we can't carry other people's energy with us, because when you start putting energy on top of energy on top of energy, it really starts to, like, bog you down. We have to learn how to cut the energy off at the end of the day, so it mess with our energy, and we don't like to take that home with us.
Right. And you do that, and at the end of each, what helps me is at the end of each SoulCycle class, we get off the bikes, we kind of lift up and just kind of let out the breath, and just sort of, it's a release in that space. And for me, it's like the work I've done in that room, man, this is like emotional, dude. Like the work you do in the SoulCycle room, you leave it all out on the floor, right? You can see it on the windows. They're all kind of foggy, and there's just, you leave it there and you walk out like lighter.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the fog, the fog and sweat on the mirror. That's like literal energy and work. So like put in like a physical form.
Dude. Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you can't come in that room half-assing it. You have to be able to let your guard down, and you have to be able to be open to what you're going to get in the next 45 minutes. You just have to be open to it. You can't come in with expectations, and you have to come in like committing to yourself to give it all, no matter what happens, no matter what happens. And when a group of people come together in a tight space like that and really commit, it's absolute magic. It's quite a sight. It's something really cool.
Oh, we could talk just about the room.
I know.
This is
the first question.
Yeah, I got a few more questions for you, Pinij. You're not out of the doghouse yet, my man, but you're nailing it so far. Very good. Okay, so let me ask about this. So obviously, no one can take SoulCycle right now. I mean, they have the physical, 20 to 40 people filled in the class, or more or less than that. A lot of what you do is done in classroom styles. However, I know that physical fitness is still an important part of your life, and it should be a part of everyone's life to still be engaging in that. So how do you engage, and how helpful is it to engage in physical fitness as a coping method during this season of COVID-19?
Well, I feel like this whole thing it's brought about a lot of emotions and feelings, like, with people, right? A lot of stress, a lot of sadness, a lot of anger, a lot of mixed emotions and feelings. And I mean, when you exercise, you release endorphins. That's just it. It's a stress reliever. A lot of people exercise not to stay in shape, but just like to relieve stress. And I think that's a great way. When you're working out, you're kind of detaching and, like, taking a break from like what else is going on in your life to kind of focus on what you're doing right now, and putting yourself through a nice physical workout releases endorphins, and you sweat things out, not just physically, but you sweat out a lot of emotional baggage too.
Yeah. So what are you doing, Pinij? Since you can't teach your classes, I mean, especially SoulCycle classes, I know you also work with Barry's Bootcamp, and you're teaching there. You're teaching there, but what are some things that you've engaged in during this time?
So I haven't been on a bike since before COVID, but I've run outside. I mean, I walked outside. I mean, tonight I'm gonna meet up with some buddies, and we're gonna kick around a soccer ball and throw a frisbee. I have a few pairs of dumbbells and resistance bands.
Oh, right here. He's got the props. Boom, baby. Right there.
So, I mean, like, put myself, my roommate through a workout. I do the at-home berries classes. I have 3 classes a week. So I'm definitely, I mean, I'm pretty knowledgeable on physical fitness that I could like program a workout, like something. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I've like embraced the self-care lazy edition throughout this COVID-19. But yeah, I definitely have been staying, not as active as before, but
Sure.
been doing something. Yeah.
Something, and shifting up your routine, which has been really good. If someone were to want to take one of your berries classes, what would they need to do?
I would say download the app on their phone. It's free, just like the SoulCycle app. And you can just book it that way. You go to region, you go to the at-home workout, you go to the central, Houston's the central region, and you can just find me.
I'm trying to give you a shameless plug here, Pinij.
It's all through Zoom. So it's a Zoom workout, and you're doing the workout with a bunch of other people, but you can opt to turn your video off, just like if you were in a professional Zoom meeting. But you hear me, you see me, I'm doing the workout. It's 30 minutes, and it's intense and fun, and you're definitely gonna sweat.
Awesome, good. All right, great. So now you have no excuse not to go to Barry's Bootcamp now and take a Pinij class. Yes, I know. Oh, okay, he's pointing at me.
Well, I'm pointing at you and the camera. So if you're watching this, come take a class.
Oh, there you go. Okay. He's speaking to all y'all, not me. No, I need to go too. Yeah. That's so good. Okay, just a couple more questions. And again, thanks so much for your time. All right, so here's this is you brought up community, which is so important.
Yeah.
And you said you have a roommate, which is awesome. But like, how are you? If your job has been fostering community in those SoulCycle classes, how are you finding community? And maybe what's some advice for people who are just feeling like they're alone? Like, what can they do to find community during this time? Any recommendations?
I mean, it's tough. I mean, I don't say it's easy for me, but I've kind of built up a community and a following. So, I've been communicating with people just via social media, on the phone, or like through my berries class. But right now, someone looking to foster community. I mean, I feel like I would say it kind of depends on your area. It looks like I feel like Houston's kind of like our quarantine has been pretty lax compared to like other cities' quarantines,
Oh, sure. With New York, your New York relationships, it's a whole different ball game, right?
Oh, for sure. So like, if you're like completely quarantined, I mean, you really have no choice but to turn to the internet or phone or an app. No, maybe not necessarily like a dating app, but some kind of app where you can get on and chat. Everyone's been on that whole like house party thing and stuff.
Right.
So
that's good.
I feel like social media. I feel like that's the key. That's our friend throughout all these things.
Yeah, and that's why we have this like soul care thing and we have different stuff for all our church's media that people can get connected with and watch videos, and I hope we've been providing that. But yeah, that's the gift of this time, is that technology. It can be a negative tool to the body if you're obsessed with it, but it can also be such a benefit that we're able to have this conversation, not in the same room, but using Zoom and connecting through some apps is so healthy to do it. So I'm just hearing you say, don't stop doing it in that
way. Yeah. I mean, like, I think what you said was very important. I mean, like with anything, anything can get a little unhealthy, but I think it's don't stop doing it. I think we need technology at this moment. We need social media, and we need all these like Zooms and FaceTimes and all these things that allow us to see other people and talk with other people. We need it, or else people are crazy.
I know. You and I both. I feel like our energies are like just ready to burst from our houses, because it's just we're not made for this, man.
No,
us extroverts. You're an extrovert, I'm guessing.
Right? Yeah, I'm an extrovert. We're extrovert. Like we're Leos. Like I need to see people. I need the touch of another human on my body. Oh,
dude, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Pinij Nalampoon. Yeah. I've got one more question for you, my man. Here it is. Okay. We've been asking everybody this at the end of their soul care session. And so I want to ask you is, what has this time in quarantine been teaching you about yourself and your soul? What have you learned about yourself during this time?
That's an easy one. To slow down, like literally to slow down. And yeah. I mean, like, you know how my life was before this. It's like teaching here, teaching there, working on here, going here, travel here, events there, just slow down. And I mean, like, I feel like that's been the case with a lot of people, or like the world. And I feel like this has definitely taught a lot of us, myself included, to just slow the hell down and just be still for once. And like, it's been good physically. Like, I love SoulCycle, but like it's a really physically taxing thing day after day. And this has definitely given my body a little bit of a break off the bike to kind of like heal and to recharge. I would say that, just to slow down. Yeah, which is really hard for me.
Yeah.
Really hard for me. I mean, I even talk quickly, so like it's to slow down is something. It's a daily practice.
Yeah, and I love the word recharge that you use. We can recharge. We can slow down.
We can always recharge and slow down.
So good. Pinij, my brother, thank you so much for this time today. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And we know about Barry Bootcamp app that we can find in Barry's Bootcamp. Wait, does your hat say Barry's on it?
I think there's Barry's
Mexico City.
Yeah.
Don't search for classes in Mexico City, friends.
No.
Go to Barry's in Houston and sign up for a class with Pinij. So, Thank you, my man. Great to see you.
Michael, you're awesome. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out Soul Care. Join us again next week at noon on Friday. Have a great weekend. Bye.